Welcome back, y'all. Pokey Lambo here, and today we are going over our 2026 Pokemon collection and investments. And this week, our LGS, we were able to pick up some singles, and I've been really waiting to find more of these Mega Attack Rare Pokemon promos from Ascended Heroes, and I was able to pick up two of the Gardevoirs and one of the Lucarios, and he had another Ends Zekrom, so snagged that up. We also were able to hit at our Walmart restock this week, but man, guys, this market starting to really heat up again. I can tell because there was a huge line already forming at my Walmart for the restock, and by the time I had come through, they'd already stocked and cleared out the front. But not to my surprise, the perfect order ETBs were left. So I picked up one of them. So I have two now, which I'll probably eventually end up giving to my boys as a gift. So I'm hoping that this week, if there are any more, I'll pick up another one. And I'm definitely going to be opening it up next week. That's if I'm able to find some, because this week at Walmart is going to be a cluster, I'm sure, with Chaos Rising being released. So hopefully I'm able to get something, but I don't know. This week might be pretty rough at Walmart. And I actually got my bank account got charged by the Pokemon Company. So it looks like I will be getting my PC ETBs this weekend. Really happy about that. Wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but looks like we should be good to rock and roll on those. So really happy about that because these ETBs I think are super clean, and really excited to add this to the collection. And my LGS also had a case of the prismatic SPCs, and it was a tough negotiation to kind of get my LGS to trade for it, but we were able to work out a deal. I traded $600 worth of my own sealed product for this case of prismatic SPCs, and he was in it for $1,200. So for me, being into my product at $600 and him being at $1,200, I would say I made out pretty good. I'm going to do a breakdown at some point of the trade and what it looked like and kind of what my thought process was going into it, but we're not going into detail today about that. We're just going to get straight into the collection and investments for the week and see how they're doing. And we can see that our portfolio is up 21%. We definitely saw a huge boost with those PC ETBs being added to our collection, but those are going to come down pretty significantly. But I definitely think that they're going to be performing a lot better than Perfect Order, that is for sure. And the premium poster collection here, you can see with the Mega Lucario is up 10%. The Team Rockets UPC up just over 4%. And this one, I don't know, with the reprints, if it's just going to stay with GameStop or if hopefully pretty soon we see these in Costco or Sam's Club. So let's keep our fingers crossed because I would definitely like to get more of these Team Rocket Moltres UPCs if possible. The first partner illustrations are actually continuing to climb up. They're almost up 20%. We have the Series 2 revealed, and we're going to go over that here at the end as well. The regular Mega Evolutions trainer box is up 10%. We have the Partner Deluxe pins from Ascended Heroes are continuing to go up too, up 10%, and we really just we need as much Ascended Heroes as possible. And with all these other sets coming out, it's just getting pretty dire out there. The Prismatic Evolutions text sticker collection here, up about 4%. The Charmander SV promo is actually up 6%. That was kind of going down there for the last few weeks. Nice to see it kind of recovering there. Our Mega Dragonite, Mega Attack Rare that we pulled last week is seeing a little increase there, up 6%. The singles haven't been going too crazy. I haven't really looked at how they have been doing over the last few days. So we'll take a look at those later this week, just because I like to give it a good week for some of the pricing to settle down. And Team Rocket's Wobbuffet is going on a nice little run here, up 30%. And with being at $15, if it hits $20, I might try to trade in some of them maybe for like an ETB or something, especially with Chaos Rising coming out this week. I might be able to put down 3 of these towards a Chaos Rising ETB in my LGS. So we'll see. I'll hit my LGS up this weekend and see if maybe we can work out a deal, because anytime I can use these singles to chip away at the cost of sealed product, that'd be nice. And heck, I might even open one of them up, because I definitely do enjoy opening up the ETBs, getting the sleeves, and I'm trying to get into building some decks and battling with my kids. But my kids are pretty young, so they're not super interested right now. But we'll see. Maybe my wife will play another game with me again. And the Gardevoir Elite Trainer box is only up 3%. The Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer box is up about 2%, so we're getting close to that 170. Wouldn't be surprised if it hits 180 again, especially now that we're past the reprint there of the ETBs. I'm sure that these are going to be bouncing back up here pretty soon, even with all the, kind of switch up there from Prismatic to Ascended Heroes. But I think Prismatic is going to continue to do well, especially with a lot of stupid money coming into the hobby right now. People are just going to continue to go into these top tier sets. We even have the Pokemon Day 2026 collection up about 8%. And then everything else here is up not too significantly. Like the Bulbasaur Mega Evolution stamped is up 6%. And if this thing gets back up to 30%, I'm going to try to make a move for another single. Hopefully by then my LGS has some good cards right now. I just don't want to pay cash for it. So if some of these singles can run up by this weekend, that'd be ideal for me. Yeah, and everything is pretty stagnant. Nothing crazy. And it's crazy that these perfect order ETBs are still just right up above $70. Crazy work. Oricorio's coming back down just a little bit. We saw the Gold Star Greninja drop down about $1 from Celebrations. And this is where things start to hurt just a little bit, but not too bad. The Perfect Order Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box is down about 2.5%. The Greninja promo here is down $4, and I'm sure that's just because with the new set coming out with Greninja, a lot of the attention is more geared towards that one. And honestly, if this one drops down, down to $50, I'll definitely start snagging up more of these. But for now, I just wanted one, and if it drops down to 50 or less, I'm definitely going to try to grab more of those. The Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer box, though, is down about almost 3%, so $5 down. Nothing crazy. I did see a bunch of these at my Walmart restock, so we're just continuing to see more of these ETBs hit the market. I'm kind of assuming that's the same thing with these Alakazam EX collection boxes a few weeks ago. My Walmart had these, so I'm sure just more of these are continuing to just bleed out into the market, and wouldn't be surprised to see 151 kind of just going up and down. For the next year, while Pokemon and all these other distributors are just slowly leaking out the last of their pallets worth of 151 product that they've kind of just kept tucked away. The Chaos Rising Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, that price, you know how it goes with these releases. It's only at down 12%, and it'll drop even further once we have the release on Friday. And I would say that these probably will drop down to like 160, 180, and I'm sure that they'll quickly rise up from there. And then the Prismatic Evolutions SBC case is down about 4%, and we haven't even seen the official, at least I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's this week or next weekend. Yeah, is when we'll see it hit the Sam's Clubs. So definitely, if you're able to, I'd be hitting those up. And for me, I just don't do a ton of in-person stuff. I'm just way too busy during the hours when these drops happen. So if you're able to, best of luck. Definitely worth it. I believe they're like $60. So the returns there is absolutely insane if you're able to pick those up at MSRP. So best of luck out there. And right now, my plan, especially for this week, if I'm able to pick anything up, or kind of just what I think is the best pickups you can get for your money, are the Destin Rivals Elite Trainer boxes with the reprint or restock, whatever it was, hitting Target and Walmart. It's brought it down to about where it was at 3 months ago, 180. And I definitely wouldn't go crazy picking these up, but for me, I definitely think you should try to get at least one or two. Like, not necessarily at this price, because I'm gonna have a Walmart gift card here pretty soon, so I can tack off $50. So it's probably gonna go towards this, unless we see the second thing I'm targeting. If we see these Prismatic Evolutions SPCs drop down to about $250 or $200, because right now market price we're sitting at $280. And I think once we see a lot of these, actually start hitting the market, going out from Sam's Club, we're going to see this price come down. But the hard part is, and the dangerous part is, there's just a lot of deep pockets coming in here right now, and they will buy all the product if they're able to. And that's kind of the danger right now of waiting on what I consider to be some of the top tier products, especially from Scarlet and Violet. So if you get a chance, I would definitely be picking it up at that 250 range, even if it's just one day, because I could imagine it only lasting one day and they're going to get completely wiped out. But if not, if it continues to drop down, that's only good news for me, because I'll just continue to snag them up here and there if they drop below 250. Also, with Chaos Rising coming out, I think the booster bundles will be a good pickup at MSRP or close to it. Like, I wouldn't pay more than $5 over for these booster bundles. And the chases are pretty good. We'll go over some of the cards, the IRs and the SIRs. We get more of my thoughts there of why I think it's actually worth opening up. I think it's going to be a pretty fun one to open. I think it's definitely going to be better than Perfect Order. And really, though, the ETBs, same story as all the other ones. I think this one is awesome. I low-key like it more than the Charizard one. I think the water patterns on it, the little ninja star that he's surfing on upside down is pretty sick. So for me, this is like an A plus. I wouldn't say it's S tier ETB, just because Chaos Rising isn't the most investable set when it comes to how this set is, just because it's another small set and with the booster boxes, I just don't really like when they're smaller sets. But with Greninja being in it, I think it'll definitely do pretty well. And we'll go over some of the singles here. This Chespin, I actually really like Chestnut. I'm not a huge Chespin fan, but I think this card actually looks really, really good. The details. And I think it's pretty interesting that he has the stick here because his Mega Evolution form actually has a staff. So I think that's actually really cool. You know, if it's intentional, if not, that's pretty sweet. I really like that. And then Froakie and Frogadier, they are connective, so I think that's definitely a huge appeal for the set overall, and will kind of help it be opened in the future. So I do think that this set is investable. It's just right now for me personally, if I'm going to buy the booster boxes, I'm definitely waiting for ones with like Rayquaza. And also with the 30th, I'm more geared towards investing in that right now. But I definitely think if you're going to invest in a set, that this one actually is pretty strong, especially coming off of Perfect Order. I definitely did not invest a lot, so I have some extra money if I kind of am able to find like a booster box at MSRP. So I do have a vending machine near me, so that's kind of what I'm hoping for there. This Ampharos, very nice. And oh, I just noticed all the Mareep in the background. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I really liked this one before that, but now, holy cow, this actually might be one that I will pick up raw if I can find it. So hopefully it's not more than like 15 bucks because it is an IR. So man, I might actually buy a lot of these. I didn't even notice that detail before. That's awesome. Xerneas, very nice. Claydol, not a huge Claydol fan, but pretty card. Crobat, I know people like this one. I like Destined Rivals a lot more than this one. Tang, I'm pretty sure that matches the Metagross. I think there's a Metagross one. The construction site, is that Paldea evolved? Cool. Sliggoo. And then this Tauros is a beautiful card. The tree there almost looks like he's in Africa. It's pretty cool, which is interesting though, because I'm pretty sure this is a regionally locked one in the United States, so that's kind of funny, or in North America at least. Watchdog. We got some of the full arts, very nice. Cool if it was a Mega Beedrill. I actually really like Mega Beedrill. Mega Pyroar. Got the Greninja, Mega Floette, gorgeous. All these other ones, very nice. The trainers. Got some more. Now we're getting to the good stuff. So this Mega Greninja, it's not my favorite one, but obviously with it being the connective art, I think this is definitely where this SIR shines and why I think that this set will end up performing very well. I do mark this one probably right behind Phantasmal Flames, just because I think the Phantasmal Flames Charizard is S tier, and I do think that this one is better than Mega Base Set, but just by a little bit, because I do think that Greninja does pull more weight than Lucario and Gardevoir. And I'm not like super heavy invested in the Mega Base Set, but I do think that this Greninja, with it being connective with those other IRs, is excellent and it will perform very well. Then we got the Mega Floette, Mega Dragalge. The cards on this are crazy. Chinchino, Tranquility, and then we got the gold card, which I think is pretty cool for the scaling. I think they are able to pull it off. Definitely could have looked a lot worse for a gold card. So pretty hyped for that one. And I do think that Chaos Rising will be a pretty good investment. The Mega Block, I have my thoughts that I'm going to reserve for my video about picking up the Prismatic SBC that I'm going to go more into detail of what my thoughts are with the Mega Block moving forward. And then real quick, we're just going to go through the first partners and just kind of give them a glance. I do think they're pretty interesting. Uh, these Gen 2 ones are definitely going to be the bangers. The fall colors, very nice. The Totodile goes hard though. It's crazy that it has that shiny Gyarados on it. So it'll be interesting to see if that kind of carries over towards the card's value. And then yeah, we got black and white. Very nice. And then these Sword and Shield ones are actually super nice. I really, really like the color schemes for it. And yeah, they just look really, really clean. And then yeah, you got Corviknight in that one. That one's pretty sick. So like that really helps out Sobble. Poor Sobble. So there we are. And I definitely don't think that this one will go as crazy as Series 1, but with Series 1 performing as well as it did, it would not be shocking to see it run up to about $50. I can't imagine it hitting $60 just because the packs in it are the Chaos Rising and Perfect Order, but should still do very well just because of those packs there in the middle. And then hopefully once they can complete all the series, maybe we'll start seeing product with just Series 1, 2, and 3. So I'd really be aware that they might end up releasing product with all those first partners in it. So I just wouldn't go too crazy hoarding these, but obviously that's me speculating. And let me know what you guys think, if Chaos Rising is an investable set or more of a collector's. I definitely think it could be both. And I'm probably more excited to open Chaos Rising than Ascended Heroes at this point, because with how expensive Ascended Heroes is, it low-key kind of gives me anxiety opening packs, because it's too rich for my blood. So I'm excited to open Chaos Rising, and hopefully you guys are able to find some product and get some sick hits. And appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.